better tell your story fast. Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Smart Love here on Between Us Girls with me, your host, Michelle. I am here to help you find your vibration and to create your life. So, I want to talk this week about a few things, mostly what it means to be authentic to me and how to do that, as well as getting into a little bit of understanding synchronicity and what it means to me. So let's get into it. Okay, I want to talk about synchronicity. We always see confirmation from the universe in many different forms. For me, a lot of time it's numbers. If you follow angel numbers or you study numerology, then you know what I'm talking about. I am talking about seeing the number 54 all the time. Now I was born on 5/4. So when I see 54, I'm like, okay, I'm on. If I see 540, right now I'm looking at my computer, 540, okay. It just passed 754, so usually for me that means that I'm on the right path, okay. You don't have to think it means that, but it's my number, and that's why it's important to me, and that's why it means what it does to me. But also, like I mentioned, I think it was, I guess it was last week on MS Creative AF, I mentioned that when you see all your favorite spiritual practitioners, psychics, oracles, and consultants, coaches, tarot readers, anybody who studies and practices divination, talking about something that seems like it's similar to something that you've already seen, or maybe something that you thought about or you were feeling within, then that is synchronicity. That's your confirmation that you're on the right path. So for right now, we're really kind of getting into this authenticity. For me, authenticity is the most important part of your business, your life, your experience. So I spoke a little bit about it last week when I was talking about how important I thought it was to be an individual while we are among the collective. And it's really important because you're not able to do your work here if you don't see yourself as an individual. If I never saw myself as an individual and was able to tap into the power of that individuality, whatever it is that makes me me, then I would not be able to be giving you this information right now. I wouldn't be able to make this show, and I would probably still be in a really off and dark, depressive place, which is where I was for a long time. Before I was there, I was faking it. I was happy, seemingly, to a lot of people, but I was really struggling with myself, with accepting all the things that I have done in my life and who I am. That is what was really keeping me from being successful as anything that I wanted to be. It really doesn't matter what I was trying to do. I wasn't able to succeed at it because I did not know myself, one, and then I could not accept myself, two, and number three, I did not love myself because I always will, you'll hear me say this, when you don't love yourself, you're a self-hater. So that means that you will create opportunities that do not lend themselves to your success. And you're not doing it intentionally, you think, see. But you are self-sabotaging yourself and stopping yourself from growth. And my goal here is for everyone to see themselves as a growth warrior because that's all we're doing. All we do all the time is grow. It's so important that you see yourself as the type of person who has accomplished these things. And when I say these things, I don't mean like getting awards or having people brag on you or feel validated by others. What I mean is looking at the things that you have come through and overcome in your life and patting yourself when you realize, damn, I did that. Damn, I made it through that depression. Or damn, I really was able to continue to be a success in my life after realizing that I did not have a supportive family and I probably never felt love the way that I should have felt love. But that's the thing, you guys. because you're not necessarily supposed to be feeling that love from other people. You got to feel it in here. The love has to come from you. And that's the number one thing I'm trying to teach my kids, because for a long time, I was a self-hater. I was a self-hater, and I was bitter inside, and I was very sad. And I felt alone, and I felt like I had nobody. But the truth is, I always had myself. And that's what I really want you guys to understand, because it's so important. That's the number one thing in you, is yourself. You're with you all the time. There's a voice with you. And that's the voice that's telling you to take the next step, to become the person that you're supposed to be. And the thing is, you designed this idea of what your life was going to be like from your ego. And unfortunately, your ego lives here on earth, okay? Your spirit, your soul, your higher self is calling you to be something completely different. And it might not be something that you have ever thought of being. You know, when I started creative consulting and I started Creative AF, I thought that I was going to help just Black people make websites and make, graphics, and I was going to talk my shit, and I was going to, whatever. But the more that I got to know myself, the more that I understood what that stuff actually meant. Because when I had that vision of myself doing this work, I saw myself way beyond just this. But I did not have all of the information yet. So nothing was really clear. It wasn't cohesive. And when I started, it was kind of wonky, and it was sort of all over the place. And in truth, I was okay with that, because I was still figuring it out. But there were so many people who were like, hey, what are you doing? I'm not sure I understand this. And it was like so many folks. And I even had to make a post where I was like, just wait, okay? Just wait, because I was waiting. I didn't know. I know now. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and I'm here to share this message with you guys, and I'm here to create, and I'm here to help everybody connect and cluster so that we can create love and greatness here, and so that we can rise, because we're not going to be able to do that separated. And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about making division, because there's so many ways that we slice ourselves when we really need to be one. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we have big, big work here. We're talking about fighting oppression. And we can't do that if people are still oppressing each other. So I'm calling for you right now. I'm calling for you today to be the most authentic and true version of yourself, so that you can release those limiting beliefs, and you can rise to create that business, to write that song, to write that book, to go speak to those people, to stand up at work, to tell your kids I love you, to hug them, to do all the things that you feel like you're not able to do because of all of these various different things that have been instilled in you since you were born. All I wanted to do when I was a little girl was be a ball of energy and sunshine. All I wanted to do was have fun and sing songs and play with people and just smile and dance and tell people about themselves. And, oh, you know what? I think this. But when I would start doing that, people would tell me to stop. And they would tell me that I was weird. But here's the thing. There are also people who come to me now and tell me, you have always been this way, and I always loved that about you. But this is the very thing that I would not allow myself to be, because I didn't want people to tell me, oh, well, you're crazy. How do you know that? Well, I don't know. I'm just open. If you're open and receiving the information that's coming to you from the universe, then you'll be able to tell it and regurgitate it. And I'm a communicator. So that means that I'm going to get that message, and I'm going to be able to give it to you, and it's going to be clear and concise, and you're going to understand it. So I'm not weird. I'm fucking normal. Because you know why? I only have to be myself. So I'm normal as fuck for me. And it's okay for me to have moments where I'm in the dark and I don't feel that good, because those are the times that I'm going to be planning what I want to do when I get back into the light. That's what that's for. It's for you to have an experience that doesn't feel good so that you can go have one that does. Well, what do I want? What will feel better? And so for me, I go and write it down. This is what I desire. And And as soon as I'm calm and at peace and I'm in my right vibration, somebody will call me, hey, I'd like to do blah, blah, blah. Absolutely. We can definitely do it. So, yes, it's very important for you to face that dragon so you can slay it and you can be the best version of yourself. Okay? So, I want to get into a little bit about the full moon that's coming up here. You'll probably see this Friday, so Sunday. So, let's get into it. So, we've got the full moon with a lunar eclipse in the sign of Capricorn. And so that is happening like Saturday, Sunday, July 4th, July 5th. I'm expecting something big. I'm always expecting something big. And people are probably like, oh, this girl is always talking about something big is going to happen. But something big is coming. I mean, we can't be going through this kind of shift and it's not coming. I recently spoke to a psychic who is also an astrologer. And he told me that we have a few planets in position that match where they were for the American Revolution. So that tells me that people are in that energy. So it's time for a shift. To me, that means that we definitely will see the feminine energy become more dominant. And I think that's what we really need. That's why this channel is dedicated to bringing out that divine feminine and for people to wake up, because that's what we need to be doing, you know? And as I continue my journey, I'm going to study more in astrology. I'm already obsessed with the moon. I love, love, love it. But my dad was an astrologer, and so I want to honor him by, you know, really getting into that and kind of knowing more about that. Because as I was a kid, I always used to be like, oh, you're this sign, blah, blah, blah. You're like this, or you're like this, or like that. So I always figured, hey, maybe I might as well just kind of get into it and allow myself to be whoever I am, right? Okay. So for this full moon, I definitely feel like it's time to really release all that shit that I was just talking about. All the things that have held you back, all your limiting beliefs, all those little isms that you have that stop you from putting yourself out there. What if somebody says this, or what if somebody's going to say that, or what if this person's going to say that, or what if this person's going to call me witch, or whatever, whatever. Oh, well, I'll be that. You know, like, I don't have to worry about it because I know who I am. Like, when I look at myself and I consider the magic that I do, I'm like, I know I'm an alchemist, okay? Gotta be. Ain't no way that I'm doing all this work and making all of these successful changes without being able to say, I definitely manifested that into my life. I definitely am creating the life that serves me. And anybody can do it. And that's part of why we need to be breaking out of the cycle that we're in. Because if everyone here has a gift, then everyone here should be using it. And we should not be afraid to say, hey, well, I'm really good at this. And even though my parents never wanted me to do it, that's what you need to fucking be doing. That's what you came here for. Like, we're all having separate experiences, but we're all part of one whole, because we are making a whole fabric, you guys. This is like so major. So please, for this full moon, even if you don't do any other work outside of just writing down something that you want to get rid of, or sitting with yourself saying a prayer, God, I'm needing, I'm wanting, I'm honoring you. However you pray, I don't know, this is me. With my music. You see I got my record player in the back. So, yeah, whatever you're going to do to release it, because this is the time, my notebook keeps falling down, this is the time that we need to be our authentic self. So rewrite your story. That's an excellent idea, to rewrite your story. Now, when I wrote my story, I definitely made myself a princess, and I made my two babies. Actually, I made myself a queen. My bad. I made my two babies a prince and a princess, and we all were superheroes, and we went to go fight a dragon. Because there are traumas in our family line, in my blood, that I didn't deliver to them. So I want them to be able to slay all the dragons. You know, I want my sister to be able to slay all the dragons. I want my nephews and niece to be able to slay those same dragons. I want my mother to slay all of her dragons. I want everybody to be free. I believe in freedom, and I'm not talking about physical freedom. I'm talking about the freedom that comes from whenever you are able to hit your vibration. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being able to be your most authentic self. And I know y'all are probably tired of hearing me say that, but I don't really care, okay? because I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to tell the truth. And as Maddie would say, I came here, boom, to drop a microphone right here. So that's what I came here for. That's what I'm trying to give you guys. And I want you to know that even though it might seem tough, it's my love. I'm giving it to you every time I talk about this. Every time you hear my voice getting a little bit, that's because I'm on. I'm serious. This is my love. I'm giving you guys, this is my word. I'm sharing with you. I want you to wake up. I want you to be free, and I want you to live your best life. I really, really do. And I know that there are so many people right now who are watching this and probably thinking, well, how the hell did she get to be this person? I can teach you how. I promise you I can. But you got to hit me up. So, thanks for watching. And if you guys are interested, you can always hit me up at mscreativeaf or www.mscreativeaf.com, and I can help you rise. And always remember to be following at Between Us Girls podcast and listening to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss the next time that I drop the word. All right. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.